Welcome to episode 732. Anthony von Mandl, Wine King of the World from Canada, 9 lessons. This is an outline of episode 732, lesson 1 to lesson 5. This is lesson 6 to lesson 9. Lesson 1, Mr Baloney. Before he got famous, he was known as Tony Bologna. For non-Americans, I'm going to do some explanation. Baloney means bullshit. Well, for the rest of this episode, you're going to see how the Wine King is made. Lesson 2, starting with $29.95 for rent, 100 square foot room at age 22.
Story. At the age of 22, out of a 100 square foot office in Vancouver, I started up Canada's first company that called itself a wine merchant. My rent was $29.95 a month. And there were months I didn't know where to find the money to pay for it. That's true.
Lesson 3, there's no overnight success. It took him 47 years of persistence to make a fortune of $4 billion. Lesson 4, the 3 difficulties of the wine business.
And to do this in an unknown region, the Okanagan Valley, in Canada, a country at the time not even thought of as a wine producer. Well, there were more than a few obstacles to overcome, starting with the fact that owning a winery is extremely capital intensive, risky, and a very long-term venture.
Lesson 5, how to fight the big boys, in this case, Seagrams.
Out of 12 wines they decided to buy, 9 were mine. All of a sudden, we became hot. The wines were being accepted. I started to do business across Canada. But here's the rub. The big guns came after me. The big distillers wanted to get into the wine business, and they saw my brands and my products. Now, I had a handshake deal with my suppliers. I mean, who was going to give then a 24-year-old or 23-year-old a contract? I thought a handshake was good enough. Well, what happened? They pulled the rug out from under me. They simply had more to offer.
Lesson 6, never make a strategic decision under duress.
Here, and I received 2 notices. One from my top supplier in France, the other in California. We just got all these listings. We were so successful, telling me, "Dear Anthony, thank you so much for all the great work you've done, and our new importer is Seagrams." Well, I called my dad, and I said, who's back in Vancouver, I said, "It's over." And his response was one of the key learnings of my life. He said, "Never make a strategic decision under duress." He said, "Always try and find a creative solution, particularly when it appears to be a dead end." So I got on the flight, and as I
Lesson 7, set big, audacious goal.
At the age of 31, I had made it. But my goal wasn't just to build an import business. It was a much larger, audacious goal. To build one of the world's 10 most recognized wineries.
And 8, White Claw, the new product, would make him a multi-billionaire.
White Claw just might have a bit of a fancier reputation than your everyday malt beverage, with Eater noting, "It's an upscale, aspirational brand." Well, that's where the beauty of White Claw comes in for most consumers. With 5% ABV in a 12-ounce can, White Claw can pack just as much of a punch as most standard beers. Since its debut, White Claw has continued to increase in sales, slowly taking over the beverage aisle. Overall, ready-to-go alcoholic beverage sales have skyrocketed, and annual sales in the malt-based cocktail category have increased by 574%.
Lesson 9, self-finance.
Let me share a secret with you on how to make a small fortune in the wine business. At the time, the concept, the idea of producing high-end wines in the Okanagan was unimaginable. So not surprising, no one believed in my outrageous dream, let alone was prepared to invest. If I was going to make it happen, the only option was to self-finance. I would have to dream up creative ways to start new businesses outside wines that would produce the cash flow needed to finance my dream.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Have you had a Mission Hill wine lately? Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.